Kelsa slowly wakes up, feeling sluggish and disoriented. The journey to the Omicron Dionysus 12 system seems to have taken its toll, and she wonders if the crew of the Apophis is already on the bridge. With modern navigation technology, waking up a navigation technician made of flesh and blood isn't exactly a priority. Getting dressed, she joins the crew on the bridge. Far-range sensors have detected an interesting object nearby. The technicians explain this to the captain, and the decision is made to direct the ship on an intercept course. This turns out to be a big mistake. 2 days later, chaos ensues. Snowin, Kelsa's boyfriend, whom she hasn't seen in 6 months due to working on the USCC Apophis, yells for her to hurry. He has come for her, piloting a lifeboat. Kelsa shouts back that she is coming, but her pace isn't fast enough. Armed with a flamethrower, she makes her way through deposits of saliva and dirt surrounding numerous alien eggs, each the size of small stools. She knows all too well what emerges from these eggs, having witnessed many crew members perish from their mistakes. As she moves through the ship, she avenges her fallen comrades and pays homage to them. Despite knowing she should run, she makes the mistake of burning the eggs instead. Snowin steers the lifeboat, while the Apophis, filled with eggs and monstrous adult aliens, is on the brink of becoming a bright flash of energy. Ignoring reason, Kelsa indulges in the devious pleasure of burning the unborn monsters, watching them burn with a twisted joy. The last thing she sees before losing consciousness is Snowin's desperate face as he watches terrifyingly long, slender, and unhumanly strong arms grab Kelsa and drag her into a vent hole above. Kelsa wakes up abruptly, looking around in a state of silent panic. She is constrained by a mixture of saliva and extraterrestrial secretions and struggles to free herself, but without success. Even if she could get free, what would it matter in this dire situation? She realizes she is in the nest, recognizing Deck 7 by the shape of the living room and the 2 hallways to her right and left. The area is filled with alien eggs, and the stench is overwhelming. She sees movement in the distance, but it isn't heading toward her. She breathes heavily but tries to remain quiet. A sore throat catches her attention, followed by a growing pain in her chest. The realization dawns on her with horror. She is incubating a creature. She tries to dismiss the thought, hoping it might be something else, but she knows better. Her body and mind sense the inevitable, and she is acutely aware that she will soon die as the little monster inside her prepares to emerge. She regrets not running away earlier, instead choosing to burn the monstrous offspring. Now her end is imminent, as the pain intensifies and she feels movement within her. Out of nowhere, ropes descend from the ceiling. Snowin, her boyfriend, and several Marine buddies appear. They release her and she collapses into Snowin's warm embrace, crying. She tells him to leave her, knowing she is now just an incubator for the alien nightmare. He comforts her, even if he doesn't fully understand her words. She surrenders to him, knowing there is no happy ending for her. Surprisingly, they make it back to the lifeboat without encountering any monsters. The ship's artificial intelligence, Androtech's state-of-the-art model, number N9583, confirms there are no visual, thermal, or similar traces of the aliens. It declares that no one has entered or exited the ship before them. The lifeboat is illuminated, visible from every angle, and equipped with drones resembling miniature pets. They are safe, except for Kelsa. As the lifeboat moves, Kelsa sees a white flash, the final remnants of the UCSS Apophis being eradicated. The memory of the monsters discovered in a hollow meteorite, which had initially intrigued her budding technicians due to its thermal activity, will soon die with her. She bids farewell to everyone, including Snowin, explaining there is no saving her. He cannot perform surgery because her organs are failing. Snowin tries to calm her, but she cannot understand him. There is no time for understanding as the terrible pain arrives, and she screams. The monster tears its way out of her chest. Before losing consciousness, Kelsa recalls her honeymoon with Snowin years ago. They had dreamed of settling on the beautiful planet Ephiniarum 9 in a star system on the galaxy's edge, filled with waterfalls and rainforests. They had planned to start a family but were more greedy for money than they should have been. Thanks to her navigation skills, she became an irreplaceable member of the research ship Apophis, and Snowin, an adventurer, worked as a freelance soldier for hire. They had planned to retire after 2 years, but now it's too late. Her life flashes before her eyes, and she realizes that hope truly dies last. the hope for the blissful family life they denied themselves. As the pain consumes her, Kelsa's only companion is the darkness of the moment. Kelsa wakes up abruptly, feeling sluggish, slow, and stunned. It feels like she just woke up from cryo-sleep at the last minute before working hours. She stretches and pauses, confused. The ship Apophis was destroyed. She shouldn't be alive. Touching her undamaged chest, she feels her body is intact. She stands up and looks around, finding herself in a room with a transparent glass wall. Through it, she sees Snowin, tired and worried, sitting on a bench. She knocks on the glass, and he rushes in, embracing her as they cry with tears of happiness. Kelsa recalls the moments before she died, wondering how she is alive now. Snowin explains that he paid for emergency clones. Her brain was kept alive long enough for a transplant to be performed into a new body. Staring at him in astonishment, Kelsa realizes she is saved. Her brain has been transferred to a clone, identical at the genetic level, with all organs functioning perfectly. Before she can ask about additional features, Kilrin, a surviving member of the Apophis crew, enters the room. He is tall, stocky, and blond, usually good-natured, but now with a violent expression and a gun in hand. Kilrin demands Snowin hand over the surviving alien specimen, enclosed in a hermetically sealed container. Kelsa is shocked to realize the monster that killed her is temporarily contained. Her mind races, suspecting Kilrin to be a spy for a corporation like WI, Makashima, or Spark Industries, aiming to exploit the alien creatures. Suddenly, the additional abilities Snowin mentioned take over. In a blur of motion, Kelsa disarms Kilrin, leaving him unconscious and wounded on the floor. She persuades Snowin to eject the alien spawn into space. Snowin hesitates, but Kelsa slaps him, reminding him of her recent death. To ensure the monster's fate, she orders the ship's AI to show the containment vessel's interior. The hollow-view reveals the creature squirming and salivating with sharp teeth contained by a specialized drone. Feeling nauseated by its repulsiveness, Kelsa commands the computer to eject the biological renegade into space. Verifying the AI's action, Kelsa watches through the ship's hull cameras as the vessel and its contents float away. Relieved, she breathes easier. They leave Kilrin on the first inhabited planet and continue towards Elfiniarum 9. Kelsa checks every corner of the ship, ensuring there are no lingering threats. Snowin accompanies her with a flamethrower, confident that the ship is safe. It appears he is right. There are no signs of aliens or their eggs. Years pass and the nightmares fade as they settle on Elfiniarum 9 with their children, Ilkaria and Valisin. They enjoy the life they once dreamed of, walking the beautiful planet and finding peace. Kelsa finally decides to forget the horrors they endured, making room for something more fulfilling and meaningful in their lives.